Hello, everyone. Good evening. Okay, when it comes to choosing the right partner to make your life with, what are your priorities? What is your topmost priority when it comes to choosing the right partner? Do you focus on money? Some people say, I want to get married to a rich man, a businessman. Do you focus on education? I want my wife to be a PhD holder. I want a husband who is a master degree holder. And some people are all about the physical appearance, the beauty. Oh, I want this lady to have a figure eight. You have a certain way you want her breast to be. You want to say you have a certain way you want her figure to be. And for some of us ladies, we want the six packs. We want to see some muscles, thinking that is going to help us. What are your priorities? What are you looking for? And do those priorities, do they relate or translate to a successful marriage tomorrow? That is what we will be talking about here on this episode of the Blissful Couples Corner today. My name is Soul Angel. I am the host of the Blissful Couples Corner, and you are so welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Welcome back to the show. And if you are if it is your first time for being here today, please, you are so welcome. Drop your bags. You are at home. You are at the right place. You are at the right place at the right time. Okay. So, without any delay, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do not forget to do that. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Now, without any further, we're going to take a jingle and come back in a minute. Okay. Okay, welcome back again. This is Soul Angel, and you are watching the Blissful Couples Corner. In today's episode, as I said earlier, we will be talking all about the priorities. What priorities matter the most when it comes to choosing your forever partner? Before we go ahead to think about that, right? Everything starts with attraction. There will be no relationship if there is not an attraction. People meet in different places. They meet, it doesn't matter where you meet, but what matters is that there should be that initial attraction. What is that thing that attracts you to the person, to the initial person? What brings what breaks that ice? You know, when you meet somebody for the first time, you don't just jump into how will I say, like, hugging each other, acting as if you know each other, you knew each other for a long time, right? But there is that initial attraction. Take, for example, you go to a party and you meet somebody, maybe in the midst of so many people. Of course, one person will catch your attention, maybe because of the way the person is dressed, maybe because of the way the person looks, the beauty of the person. But what is important is that there should be that initial attraction. When that initial attraction comes, then there is a move. Back in the days, it's very common. It was very common for men to do the first move. But these days, we know what happens, right? Some of us women are so courageous that we can actually take the first move. Are you one of those? Have you ever done that before? Have you been the one to see a guy and say, he's so cute, and let me make the first move? If you have done that before, just write in the comment and tell us about your experience. How did you feel? Did you feel funny? Because, hey, for us, especially if you're coming from Africa, it's a taboo. They'll look at you as you're so cheap. This girl is so cheap. She's the one running after this guy. Meanwhile, in the Western world, it's normal. If I get attracted to you, I should be able to come along and tell you, hey, I like you. You look cute. But in Africa, it doesn't happen like that. So, anyways, we were talking about attraction. What is it that attracts you to somebody? There are so many things that attract you to somebody. The first, most prominent thing is the physical appearance of the person. Yes, the physical appearance of the person, how the person look, how you dress. And most of the time we get so misled with those things. Because of the way the person looks, you think that, oh, it's all about that person. Somebody may actually look so nice, so beautiful, but in the inside, it's something else. In the inside is something else. They say never judge the book from the cover. Until you open that book, then you know the content of the book. That is how we human beings are naturally. You see us, you cannot tell who we are until you begin to know us. You begin to get close to the person. So when it comes to dating, the first thing is attraction. But it's actually, even though it's the most important thing, because there should be that attraction, but it is not all about that. There is a lot into that. There is a lot into that before you get to the other stages. But today we're just focusing on attraction. Now, one thing in life is that some of us have set a list of what will I say, priorities or characteristics. Some of them are realistic, some of them are unrealistic, right? We have set a bucket list of must haves when it comes to relationship. So even before you even see the person or you even get attracted to somebody, you already have this list in your head that, hey, let me take for some of us girls. Oh, I need a tall, handsome, dark guy. I need a tall, handsome, fair guy. He has to be muscular. I need to see some six packs. I need to see some muscles. And for the guys, oh, I want a figure 8. This girl has to be in this shape, in this form, and in this size. So what happens to all those who are not in that category? What happens to them? And is it all about what you have put in your head? Some people are all about the education. Oh, if this person is not a PhD holder, they should not even attempt it, because I am all about education. Excuse me. I am all about education. I'm all about the book. I'm all about a career person. So I need somebody that has a degree in PhD, a master's degree. I want a doctor. I want a this. I want a that. So if all of us are not doctors, what happens? Because truth be told, God has given everybody their own thing in life. Not all of us can become a doctor. Not all of us can have a degree. Not all of us can be nurses. Even in a hospital, in every society, everybody is important. Take for example, in a hospital setting, even though we have doctors, we have nurses, we have the CNAs, guess what? One of the most important people in the hospital are the cleaners. Have you ever gone to a hospital that's dirty? If you go to a hospital that's dirty, it's going to be stinking all over the place. Who are those that are cleaning that hospital? The cleaners. Do they have degrees? No, they don't. So everybody is important in society, so long as you have identified your purpose. But most often we get it all twisted when it comes to picking our partners. We want certain things that are not realistic. Some of us are out for riches. We are out for riches. If this person does not have this amount of money, or this person is not a business person, I don't want to suffer. I grew up in a home that my family was poor, so I don't want anything, and I don't want any struggles in life. I have suffered enough. Yes, you have suffered enough. Can't you work hard enough not to make that suffering continue? Do you depend on a man or on a woman for your finances? And at the tail end of it, does this help? Let's take, for example, right? There is a story that this man got married to his aim was to get married to a very, very beautiful woman. You know, the truth is that men take pride in their women. When you are a man and your fellow men appreciate your wife, that, oh boy, you got, where did you come with this one? This, she is something. They are so excited. They take pride in that. A man's pride, to be honest with you, is his wife. But guess what? As I was saying, this man wanted this beautiful or Cinderella kind of woman. And lo and behold, he got it. When he got it, he forgot to think about, to ask the right questions because he just wanted beauty. He was content with beauty. He did not think about the other things that might be needed in the home. It is not all about your physical appearance. It is a marriage is a package. A human being is a package. You need to have everything in place. Yes, you will not have everything 100%, but there are essentials that you must have. Got this girl, got married to this pretty girl, and was happy. Reality set in. She could not cook. She could not clean. She could do nothing in the house. Years down, he was thinking that the woman was going to change or she was going to pick up. No, it did not happen. That is just how she grew up. She did not grow up in a home that these things were like values to her. Because she was so pretty, she thought everything was about her beauty. This man ended up in a marriage that he was not happy because he had to constantly eat outside. He could not enjoy his wife's food. Let me tell you something, ladies. It is a privilege. In short, you should be delighted. You should be so grateful and happy if your husband loves your food. If your husband loves your food, he appreciates what you give him to eat. Everything, a way to a man's heart. It's not all about the bedroom. His stomach. If he eats good food, that food, you'll be surprised. Food alone will be able to bring back your husband home. When he thinks about food and says, hey, my wife cooks good food. Even if he goes outside to eat something, he will taste that food and say, this is nothing like my wife's own. But some people forget about those things. So when it comes to marriage, what are your priorities, my dear people? What are you looking at? What do you focus on? We have focused so much on the wrong things. We have focused so much on things that don't matter. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter at all, but we set our priorities on things that are natural things that can add to the most important things. That is what I am saying. Sit down and think for a moment. If you are still single out there, and you are searching, sit down for a moment. Think about your life. Think about the kind of life that you want to live in a marriage. Look around you. There is a say that goes like, not all that glitters is gold. And that is so true. That is so true. You can see something that is as shiny as something, as shiny as diamond, but it is not diamond that is inside. You may want that guy with that muscle. What if that muscle he doesn't use to protect you? At the end of the day, you become a punching bag. What do you do? So if you are out there and you are still searching, the first thing, my first advice, I am not God. I am not God. I am only here as a guide. I am not God to say this is wrong, this is right. No. I am just here to guide and to give my ideas, coupled with experiences, my own experience and experiences of other people, backed with some research. You need to do your due diligence. You need to do your research on who you look at, on who you want to spend the rest of your life with. When you get that attraction, it is good. You have that feeling, you feel good about yourself, especially if the person finally comes to you. We're not going to go into details today. We are just dealing with the first one, the attraction and your priorities when it comes to that. That's what we are focusing here. So if you're coming here for the first time, please, thank you. I thank you so much for joining. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I am your host, Soul Angel. You are so welcome. And in today's episode, we are talking about what priorities matter to you most when it comes to choosing your life partner. Okay. This is the Blissful Couples Corner. Soul Angel here. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're your first time, you are so welcome. Drop your bags here. You are home. Let's just talk about some of the things that are most important to us. What are your priorities when it comes to choosing your life partner? That is what we are talking about today. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. So as we were talking before, right? For me, what I'm going to tell you today, it is not written on stone. Like I said, it is my experience coupled with other people's experience and backed by the literature. We look at the external things a lot. Now we've had the first attraction. That matters. You need to have that first attraction. I cannot take that out. But that is not the only thing. Beyond that first attraction, what do you see? The 5 things, or I will say 6, you can add your own. And now, please, I would like you to drop down in the comments. What do you think are the most important things when it comes to choosing a partner? What characteristics? What are you looking at? What is your focus? We are not just talking about a fling. We are not just talking about a one-day thing or try and error. If you think you're getting in a serious relationship, what are the priorities you want to see? What are the qualities you want to see? For me, the first thing I will say is my values. Are your values like mine? Are you a Christian? If I am a Christian like I am, I want to know if my values are like yours. I want to know if your beliefs are like mine. When it comes to Christianity, are you a Christian to me? Because there are certain things that only a Christian will endure. So you want to look at what you value. You want to look at what you value and compare to what your partner or the person your boyfriend or your girlfriend, the one you're seeing in front of you, you want to look at it and see if there is a balance. If I'm a Christian, for example, there is no way I can say, oh, it's okay for him not to be a Christian. I can deal with it. Because there are certain things that you will not understand, or both of you will not understand when it comes to marriage in a Christian fold. You wouldn't understand it. So to me, as a person, my first thing I want to look at, my first priority is, are you a Christian? That is the first thing to me. You may have a different thing that is a priority to you. You may have a different thing, but all I am saying is that look at what matters to you. What is of value? What is of importance to you? And look and see if it's the same thing with your partner. Then you can start thinking that, okay, if it's a Christian, I'm a Christian. Tick. We're good on that. Now, the next thing I want to say, the next thing I would like to say is, look at their pattern, their behavior. Are there anger issues? Most of us, we ignore anger issues. Listen, ladies, if you have a boyfriend that hits you once, I'm afraid it may repeat itself. Yes, please do not take that for granted. Anger issues, it is very important. Very important. Check about the anger issue of your partner. Is your girlfriend always off the hook with little things? Does he get irritated with little things? And when he gets angry, he or she gets angry, how do they solve the problem? How do they handle their anger issue? Do they lay their hands on you? Do they become sarcastic? Are they able to manage their anger issues? You have to ask that. Those are the things you need to watch out for. It is not all about those muscles, all about that handsome, looking face. What is hidden behind it? Anger issue. Anger. How do they manage their anger? Very important. Please take note. Very important. How do they manage their anger? Because anger is something that can make, because of a little thing that goes out of control, somebody may be laying dead. Yeah, you may be surprised, but I'm telling you, somebody may be laying dead because of anger. That short burst of anger, that little short time, may cause a lot of havoc. So that is something that I would say is important. How do they manage their emotions when it comes to angers? Please, it is not something to be ignored. Anger is not something to be ignored at all. The next thing I want to look at is past relationships. We all know that people do change. That is very true, right? But you don't want to ignore past relationships, because sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the times, I will say, the things that happen in the past, we can actually go like, and we can actually change some past bad attitude, right? But there are things in our life that if we see a consistent pattern, you cannot ignore it. Take, for example, nowadays, say for example that somebody comes to you, a guy comes to you, so handsome looking, all the muscles, everything you like is there. He's handsome, he's rich, I mean, he's educated, everything is, he's just all that you want. Now you ignore that. But then you hear a story that, oh, this guy is so handsome, but he can't keep a woman. Okay. That's a red flag. That's something that you should ask, like, what do you mean by he can't keep a woman? And if you start hearing some people, and you start asking questions, and they're like, oh no, this guy, he's been married like 5 times and he's divorced. Huh? Married like 5 times and divorced? How come? There you want to start asking questions. You need to meet up with him and ask, I heard about this. Are you sure you told me all about your life? And let's take the other way around, that he told you that he's been married multiple times, but the marriages did not work out. What makes you think that marriage is going to work out with you? That is something you need to start thinking about. But guess what happens, ladies? Some of us, because we are too carried away with the handsomeness, everything that we want, that is the perfect man for us. We close our eyes and we close our ears to those warnings. Oh no, it's okay. Maybe those women, maybe they didn't know what they were looking for. How can you see a handsome man like that and you think that and you let him go? Oh no, I'm not gonna let him go. I'm not gonna let him go. If they are divorced, if he got married this number of times and got divorced, maybe the women had a problem. No, the women did not have a problem. The man had a problem. The man is the problem, because you cannot get married to 3 different women and they all leave. Something is wrong with you, not the women. It means that if the first woman came and she did not succeed, well, we can give you a benefit of doubt that, well, women are, sometimes things happen. Maybe the woman did not see what she wanted in you. Let's give you the benefit of doubt. That's fine. First divorce, it's okay. We can manage. Second one comes, and after 2 years, it's done. Well, you say, okay, let me see. Maybe all this, that he gives you a story. The third one, no. Come on, ladies, we got to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Third marriage ends in a divorce, and you think you're going to be the ideal one to make it work. It's not going to happen. That man is not going to change for you. You need to know what is wrong with him. Most often than not, if you dig deeply, you will see that that man has a hidden character that people cannot tolerate. Maybe he has issues with his anger. Maybe he has issues with, there is something in him that he's not showing these women, and they discover it in marriage and they cannot deal with it. That is the reason why we have courtship. That's why you need to date, right? But guess what? Some people are so good at concealing their identity, concealing some characters. We're going to see that in our next episode, probably. Because there's a stage in a dating process, right? That everybody is trying to show the best of them. They can actually do that. That is why, my dear friends, we don't have to rush in making any decisions when it comes to marriage, when it comes to who we have to spend our life with. Because I hear some people meet today and after 3 months they get married. You are still in the infatuation stage. You don't know each other. Even though some people can still make 10 years and still, end up in divorce, but not as bad as the ones that just meet for 3 months. Oh, I'm so much in love. Oh my God, he's just my dream man. Oh my God. How can he be your dream man for just three months you've known each other? So please, check the past relationships. You will get some clues. Let's say this man is not married, right? You still want to go in and get some information. You've seen this guy, he's handsome, he's this, he's that. Do your research. Do your research. How is this guy? How does he relate with friends? I mean, nobody is an island. If you meet a guy today and you guys have that attraction and you start dating, there must be somebody, somewhere that you can ask some information. He's not living as an island. If you ask an information and you don't get, then you should start thinking that probably he's a ghost or something, that nobody knows him, right? You need to ask information. Hey, do you know this person? I think I met this guy the other day. He's so and so. Do you have any idea? I know he goes to this church. I know he lives in this area. I know there must be some social thing. Nowadays we have social media anyway. You can go to social media and dig and see what's happening there. From their profile, from their pictures, from whatever they write on social media, you can try to start telling how that person is. Okay. Some men are so controlling in their relationships. That is a good one. Some men are so controlling their relationships. Yes. So, how would you know that if you give a blind eye to that? You know what baffles me sometimes is that some of us ladies, we see those things. People tell us, but we still don't. I don't know what I should say. Is it love is blind or what? We still shut our eyes and our ears to that. How is it that you are somewhere with your boyfriend, you are not allowed to greet another person? You are not allowed to feel free to discuss, talk less of dancing with another person. Before you know it, you'll be harassed by your boyfriend. They are so controlling. For your every move, they need to know. For your every this, they need to know. Come on, that is not a healthy relationship. And trust me, do not equate it to love. It is not love. Love is not controlling. No. I know some people will give the excuse that, oh no, he's just doing that because he's scared of losing me. He doesn't want any other person to get me. Really? Are you like serious now? He doesn't want another person to get you. Really? So you are just one Barbie doll, or what will I say, in Walmart, that anybody can just say, oh, this Barbie is beautiful, let me just get it. Is that how you are? He's just telling you that you're cheap. If that's what he's telling you, that he's scared that someone will get you, he's just telling you that you're cheap. Do not let a man control you. Never. Especially when you guys are dating, he's controlling you, your every move. I want this, I want that. You go somewhere, you cannot feel free with your friends. Let me tell you, my past experience, I had somebody like that. Very controlling. But I was very quick to stop that. Please, when you are in love, do not get your eyes blinded. Right? Sometimes when I say that, people say that, oh, it's because, oh, your situation is not like, no. It is not a man. Listen, ladies, there's one thing that I always say, right? If you as a woman, if you don't value yourself, nobody will value you. The first person that needs to value you is you. You need to put some value on yourself. If you do not value yourself, the man that marries you will not value you. You need to know that. Don't make your value to depend on a man. You are valuable before God. You are pretty in the eyes of God. You are a royal priesthood in the eyes of God. You are a princess, a prince in the eyes of God. And it's the other way around. Some women know how to control. Some women, I don't even know, sometimes they will say these men are weak. Some of these men are weak or whatever. But some women can really control. So please, whatever it is, do not let anyone control you in a relationship. When I say control, right, we need to differentiate that. Being caring about somebody is not being controlling. Your boyfriend can call you at night. Hi, babe, I'm just missing you. I just wanted to check on you. Hope you're okay. That's fine. But not the one that, hey, I heard you were somewhere. What were you doing there? Did you tell me you were there? Did it? Please, come on. Don't do that. Don't let that happen. When you start seeing that, those are red flags that you have to start ticking. Very, very, very important. Tick those red. Anger issues. A lot of when somebody comes to you, say that I've been married before, a lot of divorces, that's a red flag. Okay. Controlling, I'm a boyfriend or girlfriend, is both ways. So don't be surprised. Some girls can really control these boys out here. I don't know how they do it, but they do. Okay. And that's an abuse. Somebody say love is blind, but bad relationship will open your eyes. That's true. So please take into consideration. We've talked about what your values as a Christian. Does it matter to you? If it does, then make sure that is something you want to check in your partner. Number 2, your past relationships. Does it matter? Check it. Check your past relationship. I don't care whether the man or the woman was married before or it's a single person. They have a past history, past relationship. Check what is their character. How do they behave in relationship? Are they violent? Are they tolerant? Are they caring? Are they just cold? Check that. Your anger issue. Does this person have anger issue? And you can easily see it. They will not hide for too long. You can easily, anger issue, it doesn't hide for too long, my people. You will see it. But don't ignore it. Because that could be a root cause of your death in marriage if you are not careful. A lot of women suffer violence. Same with men. And they don't say it. It's a lot of problems. Please check that. Another thing you want that I think that's important to me is your family history. I know you'd be like, okay, what do you mean by family history? Yeah, I think your family history is important. Especially when it comes to us Africans, right? We all know where we're coming from. What is your family history? What is the family history of the man you're looking in front of you? The woman you're looking in front of you? It is important in several aspects. You need to know where they're coming from. You need to know their values in that family. You need to know whether it is, I think it's a family, whether their values are compatible with yours. Because in Africa, we all know, right? We're all from Africa. We know that when it comes to marriage, It's not all about you and the man, or you and the woman. Both families are coming, they have to come together. You begin to look at those things. What is the family history? What is it that is in common? What do you have in common with this person? Of course, family history will go in a little bit, maybe at a later stage, but you don't want to ignore it. I'm not, when I say later stage, I don't mean when you're getting married. No, do not wait to know about your boyfriend or girlfriend's family when you think that you want to get married. That's not the time. No, already when you say yes to dating this guy, yes to dating this girl, you need to know about their families. You need to know what part of the country are you from? What is your family? What is this? You know, pay attention to what people are saying about the person you're dating, but do your own research. Very important. You are paying attention to that and you're doing your own research, because mind you, thank you for that, Gwendolyn. Right, mind you, some people can actually sabotage a person's personality for nothing, out of envy. Out of envy. So when you're doing your research, when you're asking questions about the person, please do your own research. Okay? Sometimes, how do you do your research? Sometimes when you do your own personal research by, sometimes you ask question, not telling the person you're asking the question the reason why you're asking the question. You can just, sometimes you can just sit as girls that you're discussing about stuff. I mean, we girls always discuss about men and stuff like that. Okay? So when you're discussing one of those things, if you are in one of those discussions, you can just pop questions about him here and there, and without them knowing that you are dating them, the person that you're asking questions about, quietly do your research. But know that there's no smoke without fire. Absolutely. There is no smoke without fire, for real. But research, some of those times, sometimes it may be just, that smoke may be just there, maybe some in winter we can have some smoke coming out, but it's cold. So so you have to make sure that the smoke is really from fire, it's not from cold. Okay? Domestic violence and tragedies are big issues in most. That's very true. Very, very big issues in most relationships. So we should not ignore things like that. Especially now, when I say family history, right? Sometimes you may want to start digging a family history, and you realize that, hey, this person in this family, they will tell you, hey, my goodness, I don't know which woman will ever get married to this family. The way these boys are violent in this family, every day they are fighting. The father beats their mother every time. The brother got married to the same thing. He keeps battering his wife. The other brother, he keeps you. So you can realize a pattern of violence, and you have to start thinking, hey, if I should accept this. I'm not saying that you can't deal with it, though. If you want to deal with it, but know that you have serious problem. You will need to be on your knees 24/7 to pray for that man to change, so that violent blood, even if it is in him, it should be something that God will help him to cut down, to cut it off completely. Me, I'm one person that I know, I think, and I believe that people can change, and I believe that everybody should be given the chance. But you must be wise, and you must seek the face of God when you are doing that, because on your own, you will always make the wrong decision, especially when it comes to marriage. You don't want to make that kind of mistake. Okay. Now, another thing is generosity. That's another quality. We have something we call in Cameroon Japanese handbrake. I don't know. We have something called in Cameroon Japanese handbrake, meaning that if they call it Japanese handbrake in Cameroon, I don't know about other African countries, it means that you are so selfish to a point that they don't even know what to describe you again. Please, is generosity important to you? For me, it is. And I think that is something that we all should want to look at in equality. After all the attraction, after all the beauty, after all whatever quality you want, education, that You can have beauty, you can have education, you can have money, you can have this, you can have everything in the world. If you are not generous, hey, God forbid. Even God says the blessings I am giving you is so that you can bless other people. God has blessed you for a reason. Now you should bless other people. So why would you take your blessing and you are holding it after when you die? Are they going to bury you with those things? Generosity is one thing. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know if I should say this is the most important thing, but you got to be generous. Even the Bible says those who give will receive more. But the people that don't give, the little they have given, God will take it away from you. Generosity is man. Somebody said, what? Do you support beating from a guy who has anger while hoping he will change? No. Personally, I will not. You cannot, listen, ladies, you cannot be with somebody who is beating you. Like domestic violence, you don't want to tolerate that. The person will not change. It's only God that will come from heaven and change that person. And besides, why would you take that risk? Why would you take your argument points favor a lot of women? Men undergo through a whole lot more in the hands of women. That we said that here. Maybe you're just joining, but we said that a lot. We said that here a lot of times. That if you, I don't know when you joined, but I said that the things I am saying goes both ways. That's why I said that some women have controlling powers over their men too. We are talking about attraction. We are seeing the dating process. We are trying to see, if you're just joining now, we are talking about the priorities that matter. What are the priorities that matter to you most when it comes to picking a partner, a life partner? So we're talking about the things that you want to look at. We said that some women look at the physical, but like men too. The first thing we look at is attraction. How the person is how the person is pretty. What attracts you to the person? So we were saying that some people have built these castles in their head, right? These ideal and unrealistic things. Oh, the guy I want must be tall, handsome, he must have money, the guy must be educated, the guy must be that, must be that. So that is what we are talking about. Okay, Takuma. We are talking about the things that we overlook when it comes to picking the right person. We talked about controlling. One of the things we said was that some boys control their girls a lot. But I said that it's both ways, because some women can control their men too, and you don't know how that happens, but they do. It does happen. So I am saying that in both ways, it is not acceptable in any way. There are some women that are beating their husbands too. Yes, don't be surprised. So we are just saying that either ways, whether it's a woman or it's a man, there are things that we should not tolerate. There are things that we should not tolerate. Okay. For example, if you have I have this story, right? There's this example this story I heard one time. A man got married to a woman, and this man was undergoing abuse from that woman. But it was a shameful thing for that man to go to his fellow men and say that this woman is abusing me. It's common for men to abuse women, right? Even at that, some women still face it difficult because they love their men to go tell the story. But it was more difficult for this man. He is a man. How come will he go to his fellow men and say, hey, guys, this woman is dealing with me in the house. What should I do? It does happen. And this man did not say anything. The woman abused this man till his death. To his death. So it is not about only the woman. No, we are talking about how we can how we can start looking at some things before we get to that stage. Things that we should not ignore. I don't care whether you are a man or a woman. No, we all go through these things. Back in the days, the women, men were doing this a lot, but this nowadays is both ways. It's just because those things are not being reported enough. But men do go through abuse in the hands of their women. They do. So please, it is not, we are not here, we are not biased here. We are here to set a pace for a man. Marriage, any relationship is a commitment from both parties. It is not about the man, it's not about the woman. The two must be in sync for things to happen. You must respect your woman, and woman, you must respect your man. That is how it is. Forgiveness is a big quantity for any relationship to work. Yes. So I was saying, what was I talking about? Generosity. You need to look at generosity. You cannot get, for me, I don't know. Being generous is something that is a very important quality for me. I don't know about you, but I want to say that one of the most important things that I was saying, I was sharing some points that I think that are important. You can add yours and you can share yours too in the comments. Is generosity. Are you the type of person that we can say, hey honey, we have a situation, can we help out of the abundance that God has blessed us with? Can we help this poor people? Can we help in this cause? Can we help in this charity? Can we help? Do you help your family member? Or are you the type? And you will see that it is not going to hide. Okay, during your relations, you used to do your dating, you will see it. You don't need to wait to see that in marriage. If the man or the woman is not generous in during dating, you will not think that they will not change. If you are with a woman and that woman never says your girlfriend, and she's only expecting gifts from you, Valentine's Day, you're the one buying gifts. Birthday, you're the one buying gifts. Christmas, you buy gifts. Your anniversary date, I hear there's another one they call our dating anniversary. I don't know which one be that one. Dating anniversary, you are the one buying gifts, and the woman is not buying anything to you. Not buying anything, no gift, but you want to be receiving. That's a red flag. And the woman will never say, hey honey, since I already know your parents, or I know your siblings, I have this for them. Can you just give this thing for them, a little token for me for Christmas? And blah, blah, blah. There will be signs. You will see that this person is not generous. You will see that this man is not generous. There are signs you will see, and don't expect that to change. You will not. So when you start seeing that, what do? You bring a conversation about it. When you see all these things, it's not for you to cut off that relationship. Okay. It is for you to look at these things and say, hey, babe, I'm noticing you bring a conversation. I've noticed this. I've noticed that. And I'm worried about it. Can we talk about it? And you do that. You try to do that for a while and see how you can change things, how things can, evolve. Monitor that for a while. And if it is not changing, don't think it's going to change in marriage. Please look at those things. We talked about what? Your family history. Are you a Christian? If Christianity is important to you, for me it is. That's the first thing I look at. Your anger issue. Is your wife the type that she flares and says, and I had a friend in Houston when I got here in America. He had a girlfriend. When that girl got angry, when she gets angry here, she will break the TV. She will break her phone. She will go out and break the guy's car the windshield. Every time the police was there for them. And I told that guy one time, this is not going to end well. And lo and behold, one day that guy called me from prison. That he has been in prison for 2 years because of that lady. Because he got angry one day and beat up the girl. And she was pregnant. She called police for him. So you want to look at that. So the girl was literally abused. It was a Nigerian guy. I don't know where the guy is now. And the girl was Cameroonian. I don't know where the guy is now. But the guy was doing nursing. Because of that, he could not go into any nursing program again and not do anything here. I don't even know if he's still in America. because of anger issues. The girl could not manage her anger. She couldn't. So please, let's look at those things that are important to us. Very important. So those are those are the things that, so my top points to take into consideration today are your values. What are your values? Check the values. Christianity, is it important to you? What values matters to you? Does it align with him? Your past relationships, generosity, anger issues. You can add more to that list, but it should not end at, I want muscles, I want figure 8, I want this girl to have this size like this butt like that. What happens when we start breastfeeding? We all know now, when we start breastfeeding, these things will fall. And my breast was not like this now when I got married. We all know that. When the kids come and they start, pumping this thing, including you, the man that is pumping it anyways, it will not stay the same. So when it falls now and becomes like slippers, what do? You don't have that Bobby, we call it what, Bobby turn up again. What happens? Do you abandon me? Now, if I was figure 6, now I've given birth to 6 children. Now I'm figure what? I'm size 18 or 24. You want to abandon me? There got to be something else that will keep you. Look for that thing, that value, that thing that keeps you there aside of those things that we have in our head. That is what is important. Yes. So please, that is what I have for us today. Next week, we'll be talking about something else. But please, this is the first thing when it comes to dating. That is the pace